few other fun tips that I'd like to offer to you that will help increase sales at your event, increase the whole experience that everyone has at the event. And it starts with what's on our wine bottles. During the presentation, as I'm talking about the different food pairings, I make sure to point out the awesome feature that we offer on our wine bottles. And this is what I say. All right, I'm talking a lot about food and wine tonight. It's gonna be hard to try to remember everything I talked about and what really goes great with each wine. So Traveling Vineyard does the best to keep it simple and easy and right at your fingertips. On the back of all of our bottles, you will find a QR code and you will find the URL. You can type this in on your computer or you can take your smartphone and scan this. What'll happen once you scan it or type it in, it'll pull up that particular wine. It'll give you a taste profile on that wine, more information about that. And then you can click on the Somology food pairings. That will take you to a list of cheeses, appetizers, and entrees that pair with that particular wine. So once you get the wine from us, if you are looking to throw together a casual dinner or a big meal, go ahead, scan this. You'll see some pairings that go with the wine. It might be some everyday items you have in your home, or with some of the appetizers or entrees. If you want to pick one of those, click on any of them and it will take you right to the recipes, directions, ingredients, everything you need. So right at your fingertips to really have that wow food and wine tasting experience. So I make sure that I talk about the QR code with everybody. Also, at your wine tasting events, you want to make sure you talk about all of our accessory items. That they have the accessory list, but you want to also show them the items and how they work. We have, for example, our wine saver pump. This helps keep your wine fresh. If you are just having one glass of wine or two glasses, or maybe you've got a big group over and there's wine left over, if you're gonna throw that cork back on there, that wine's only gonna stay fresh for 24 to 48 hours. The longer you're letting that air seep through there with just the cork or the screw capping on it, the more that wine is gonna change. I always ask the crowd who went back to a wine 2 weeks later and nobody had a favorable response when they went back to try that wine again. So we've got a wine saver pump. You'll put this right on your bottle, you'll take the pump, suck all of the air out, pretty much vacuum sealing your wine fresh again. That'll help keep your wine fresh for close to 2 weeks. So you can drink one just like you enjoy the very last drink from that bottle. So talk about all of the accessory items in those type of details. If you're not sure how our accessories work or what they do or the benefits or advantages, ask. We've got an awesome team page you can ask your questions on. Your wine mama or wine papa is there to help you as well. But the more you talk about these items, the more likely people are going to purchase them because they understand the value, the fun aspect, or the importance of having these items. So definitely talk about them. Also, in addition to talking about the accessory items, you want to talk about other wines that Traveling Vineyard offers. You're bringing 5 bottles to a tasting, but we have, a couple other dozen wines on our list. So what I use at my events is the All Wines document. All Wines document can be found in the Aficionado team group under the files section, and it's labeled All Wines. So as I go through my wine tasting, when we are done sampling the white wines, I will talk about some of the other whites that are available. I will pull out just key points as far as taste and food pairings with the wine. So I might say something like this. All right, we just sampled 2 amazing white wines. We have a lot of other amazing whites on our list. A fan favorite is definitely our Screaming Goat Gewürztraminer. You're going to be getting tastes of pink grapefruit, white nectarine, navel orange. It is great with turkey, so think Thanksgiving. You could do this with ethnic cuisine or poultry. It's been a big fan favorite. All I did was read my wine notes. I don't even have to have had that wine before to go back and talk about it. When you're at a wine tasting event, or just think about you personally, there might be key words or key things that you hear that get you interested in a wine. The same goes for your guests. So if you can pull out a few tastes on that wine and maybe a few food pairings, that might trigger somebody to want to purchase or know more about that particular wine. So go ahead and do that with the whites, the reds, and the sweets. And again, if you haven't had the wines yet, that's fine. That's why we have the All Wines document. And if somebody wants to ask you further questions, that's where you can go back to the wine notes that we have on all of our wines to give them some more information. So talking about our accessory items and talking about other wines that are available will help increase your event sales and get people thinking about ordering more wine.